Hello and welcome back for another Midweek Magic event. This week's event is Momir. Each player starts with the Factory of Momir Big emblem, which states that any player can pay X, discard a card, and create a token that's a copy of a random creature card with mana value X. This can only be activated at sorcery speed and only once each turn. And then the player's decks consist of all lands. So you're just randomly trying to hit creatures, and usually one player will hit something that is significantly better than the other, and that will allow them just to run over their opponent. Due to the significant randomness, I'm not really a huge fan of this event, although there is minimal strategy involved in regards to when you actually start playing your first creatures and when you hold on to your lands to try and gain some late game advantage, which doesn't always work out, as again, your opponent can randomly flip into what I call a game-ending creature and just overwhelm you, even if you have made wise decisions earlier in the match. So without further ado, let's jump into the games and see how we do today. This looks like the best hand we're going to get. We'll keep it. Opponent off to an aggressive start here. We won't be so aggressive. They immediately get a werewolf. It's going to help ramp them out if it survives, and I don't have high hopes that a 2-drop is going to be able to block the 3/3 creature. Means our opponent managed to luck out here and get some advantage. Already 2 mana ahead of us. Oh, they mess up. And now with the flyer, I think we have to start dumping mana into cards. We'll get rid of one of the swamps. And then here, not really any good options. We'll gain some life, and I don't like either of these cards. Opponent attacks in again. We'll grow the initiate. This time they did it correctly and got the ramp, but we're able to take out the werewolf. Our life total's in danger, but that can change very quickly with a lucky hit. And if we manage to stabilize with our card advantage, we should, in theory, be able to run our opponent over. They have a tough decision here, trying to figure out which card to discard. Looks like our opponent might have disconnected here. Mana burns off. Unfortunate. And there's the concession. Even without playing a card there, they weren't necessarily out of it. Another good hand. Plenty of lands. I think this one bounces a land to hand, so they may not even want to attack with it. Yep. Unfortunate for our opponent. And they do decide to hold back, so at least in the interim, that is a wasted discard. Satyr replaces itself. We are under no pressure, so we'll just continue to pass the turn. (4/4), that's a great hit. That's actually a phenomenal hit. We'll discard a forest here. No point in drawing. Just have to hope our opponent doesn't have a plains. Usually you're going to want to attack in before playing your creature. That way they can activate its ability if needed. That's pretty weak. And then here, we'll take the extra one. Need to try and find something to chump block with. Discard of planes. 4/3. Can trade if they don't have white mana. See if they hold back here or continue to push in the air. There's a planes. So it's impossible to block now if they attack correctly. Another 4-powered creature. And our opponent just attacks in the air. Personally, I think that is a mistake by our opponent. This is great. We'll get rid of their stronger card. And then we can attack in here. They can trade both of their useless creatures if they want to. And they do. Right now, they're just pushing 1 damage in the air. Emptiness, not the best when no mana is being spent to cast it. And here they can only take out one of our creatures. They ordered their triggers wrong there, took out the wrong one. So, a bit of misplays from our opponent. We'll have to make sure not to misclick here as well. And that's a good hit. No good attack on the ground, but now we can start being the aggressor in the air. What other abilities does this have? None. Token can't be returned to our hand. And if reach creature will actually prevent us from successfully getting in. So we'll play on a mountain, and I think this is 7. That's pretty good. Swing in, see if they want to trade. They do. Let's just get 10,000 when it attacks. Don't have any way to give it trample. 7/7. We won't be able to block that one either, so we're on a 2-turn clock. Pay 8 here. We're doing it before combat just in case we get something that grants trample or haste, and that's going to win the game. No, they take the trade. That's probably a mistake too. Our dinosaur has vigilance. Eldrazi. Don't think this has any impact on the game. So we hit for 8. And it's all even at 12. Does our opponent want to play something on 8 or get up to 9 mana? They go for an 8-drop. Yuma's not the best. They sacrifice a land, it's just going to draw into another land. Looking for a good hit here. Effect doesn't matter. And then let's see. No point in attacking with everyone. They have just double block on the Eldrazi. So next turn we have lethal in the air right now. They either need to gain life or gain another flying blocker. That's not going to do it. Good game. See what our last creature is. Not bad. We'll just trample over here, get the last 4 points. On to what is hopefully the final match. Another fantastic hand here. We'll play out a swamp and pass. This time we're on the play. Pass it back again. No forest or mountain yet. Usually doesn't matter, but sometimes you flip into something with an activated ability. See if our opponent flinches first here. And they do. 2-1 haste. Don't think we need to respond to that yet. Just play out another swamp and pass. Another haste creature or flyer could be problematic. 4-2 is also not terrible. And our mana troubles continue. First striker is phenomenal. No other abilities in this. Vigilance from our opponent. Oops, a bit of a mistake there. Play out a 6-drop. Another flyer. I think we can start pushing damage in the air. Opponent's on a 2-turn clock right now. We're on a 4-turn clock. Another ground creature. Here we'll play out another plains. Pay 7. Hasty Trampler. Might as well attack in with it. Need to keep something back on defense. Don't agree with this block at all. Not quite sure what our opponent's doing. Why you would sacrifice the vigilance one. So we just need to dodge 4 hasty power here. 5-6 not going to do it. No good attack from our opponent. They attack in anyway. And there's the last color. I believe we're up to 9 now. Nope, 8. Three, 5 death touch. Again, we don't need to attack him with everything, so we'll hold one back. Could be punished if our opponent gets a flying blocker here. They don't, so this will be game. Take out both their creatures. And then again, we'll see what we get here at 9 before attacking for lethal. Well, our opponent doesn't let us. Managed to go 3 for 3 here, which is lucky because, as I said during the review, not a fan of this midweek Magic event as it doesn't really play into skill too much, although, as you saw from today's matches, you can make blatant mistakes which hurt your chances of winning. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content.